Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes a whole stack of sources, digs through them, and pulls out the key bits of knowledge so you can get up to speed fast.
That's the plan.
So today we're tackling something, well, pretty fundamental. It's this question I think everyone asks us sometimes. How much control do we really have? Can you actually, manifest things you want in life?
It's a huge question, isn't it? And for this deep dive, we're really getting into a cornerstone text for this whole area of thinking. It's ask and it is given, learning to manifest your desires.
Right, the one by Esther and Jerry Hicks, presenting the teachings of Abraham.
Exactly. And this book, it's not just some niche thing. It's got some pretty heavy-hitter endorsements.
Yeah, I saw that. Dr. Wayne Dyer wrote the foreword.
Yeah.
And then you've got names like Neil Donald Walsh, Louise Hay.
John Gray, Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul Guy, Christian Northrup, the MD. They've all praised it.
Calling it powerful, transformational. Words like that, high praise.
It really is. But that praise kind of points to what the book promises, right?
Yeah.
Practical ways to get what you desire, but also, maybe more importantly, to genuinely shift how you see things.
So our mission here is basically to unpack these core Abraham Hicks ideas. We'll focus on the law of attraction, obviously, but also the specific processes they lay out.
Yeah, help you get the knowledge quickly, thoroughly, and maybe spark a few of those aha moments, those surprising insights.
Okay, sounds good. So first things first, who, or maybe what, is Abraham? Because that seems pretty central.
It really is. The book explains Abraham isn't like one person. It's described as a collective consciousness, or sometimes a non-physical stream of consciousness.
And Esther Hicks channels this.
That's how it's presented. Abraham apparently says there are many points of consciousness, like a group mind, almost, and the thoughts get funneled, with Esther interpreting them into language we understand.
Okay, so not a single entity, but more like a collective intelligence speaking through her. Interesting.
Right. Think of it like maybe a vast unified consciousness, and Esther's acting as the translator for these non-physical ideas.
Now, one of the really foundational ideas here, and it's a big shift for a lot of people, is how they view the universe itself.
They call it a universe of vibration.
Everything vibrates.
Yeah.
Like everything.
That's the core concept. Thoughts, your body, the chair you're sitting on, everything has a frequency, a vibration. They even quote that idea, nothing happens until something moves. It's all energy.
It's all dynamic.
Exactly. And connecting that up, the source of all this, according to Abraham, is source energy.
Which is described as?
Pure love, pure well-being, like this immense, always available river of positive energy. The teaching is that we all came from this source and we're still connected to it.
So well-being isn't something you chase after.
Apparently not. It's presented as the natural state. It's constantly flowing. It's our default setting, you could say.
Okay, so we're connected to this source, living in a vibrational universe. What does that make us?
Well, this is another big piece. The teaching says you are an eternal being, just temporarily in a physical body. And crucially, you consciously create your own reality.
We create our reality.
Through being a physical extension of source energy, you're described as a vibrational being. So you're not just passively experiencing the universe.
They're actively shaping it with thoughts, feelings.
Both. It's a major shift, right? You're co-creating your experience.
Wow. Okay. So if we're creators, how does that work? What's the mechanism?
And that leads us straight into the most famous part, probably, the law of attraction.
Which they call the most powerful law in the universe.
That's the quote. And the definition, it sounds simple, but it trips people up sometimes.
What is it again?
What you think about, whether you want it or not, that's what you attract into your experience.
Whether you want it or not. So it's not about positive thinking alone.
Not just positive thinking. It's about the focus of your thought. The law of attraction is always working, like gravity. It just responds to the vibration you're offering. It doesn't judge if the thought is good or bad, wanted or unwanted.
It just matches the signal.
Exactly. Every thought sends out a vibrational signal, and it draws back things that match that signal. They use the analogy of a radio tuner.
Right. You have to tune your frequency to the station you want to hear.
Precisely. You tune your vibrational frequency to receive the matching reality, the matching experience. If you don't have the right frequency dialed in, you just won't get that signal.
That makes sense. So it's not just wishing, it's tuning. Active tuning.
And that means your desires and, importantly, your beliefs have to be a vibrational match.
What does that mean, a vibrational match?
Well, if you want something, say, more money, but you constantly focus on how little money you have, or you believe money is hard to come by.
You're focused on the lack.
Right. You're broadcasting the absence of money, not the having of it.
Um,
So the vibration doesn't match the desire.
you're sending out a signal of not enough.
That's the idea. And the book really emphasizes your role here. You are a vibrational transmitter and receiver. Always.
Constantly broadcasting.
Yeah.
Whether we realize it or not.
Yeah. Your current reality essentially is just reflecting back the signals you've been predominantly sending out.
Okay, so if we're always sending signals,
Yeah.
how do we know what signal we're sending? How do we check our frequency?
And that's where your emotions come in. This is maybe one of the most practical parts of the whole teaching.
Emotions are the key.
They're described as your guidance system, your moment-to-moment indicators
Indicators of what?
of your vibrational content, of your point of attraction, as they call it. Feeling good joy, love, appreciation means you're aligned. You're tuned into that source energy, that well-being.
And feeling bad. Frustration, anger, worry.
That signals misalignment. You're somehow resisting that natural flow of well-being. Your thoughts are focused in a way that contradicts your connection to source or your desires.
And the book says don't judge these feelings.
Exactly. They're not good or bad in a moral sense. They're just information. Like dashboard lights in a car.
An empty feeling or discomfort.
Mm.
It's just telling you something.
Yeah, telling you something important about your current vibrational alignment. Like a fuel gauge saying empty or full. It's just data about where your focus is.
So you use the feeling to adjust your thoughts.
That's the power they say you have. You can direct your thoughts. Choose a slightly different thought, one that feels even a little bit better. As you do that, your emotional state shifts, your vibration shifts.
So it's about consciously choosing feeling thoughts, gradually.
Mm-hmm. Gently guiding yourself up the emotional scale, improving your alignment, getting closer to the frequency of your desires.
Okay. This leads nicely into how manifestation actually happens, right? They lay out 3 steps.
Yes, a very clear 3-step process. Step 1, you ask.
Which sounds simple enough.
And they say it often is simple, even unconscious. Just living life, experiencing variety, experiencing contrast.
Contrast meaning stuff you don't like.
Yeah. Seeing what you don't want automatically clarifies what you do want. So desires just naturally arise from living. And every single preference, big or small, is heard.
Heard by.
All that is, by source, by the universe. It's instantly understood and answered.
Okay, so asking happens naturally. Then step 2.
Step 2, the universe answers. Or, as they put it, the non-physical or the God force answers.
And how does it answer?
Immediately, fully, without exception. Every question answered, every wish granted. That's the teaching.
Okay, hold on. If every wish is granted instantly,
Yeah.
why doesn't everyone have everything they've ever asked for? That's the obvious question.
Exactly. And that brings us to the crucial part. Step 3, you allow it in.
Also called the art of allowing.
Yes. And this is where, according to the book, most of the, let's say, human effort comes in, or rather, the lack of effort.
What do you mean?
Allowing isn't about striving or working harder. It's about stopping the resistance. It's about getting your vibration to match the desire that's already been granted.
So resistance is the problem. What does resistance look like?
It looks like doubt, worrying about how it will happen, impatience focusing on the fact it hasn't arrived yet, feeling unworthy, holding beliefs that contradict your desire.
Like believing you don't deserve it or it's impossible.
Exactly. All those thoughts and feelings create a vibration that pushes against the desire. So allowing is about releasing those resistant thoughts.
It's less about doing more and more about undoing the negativity.
Yeah, undoing the thoughts that block the flow, vibrationally getting out of your own way, you could say.
So being a deliberate creator, as they call it, is about managing this process.
It's about consciously directing your thoughts. They say a practiced thought becomes a dominant thought.
And dominant thoughts manifest.
That's the principle. So you choose to be deliberate by picking your focus, practicing thoughts that feel good, thoughts that align with your desires, rather than just letting your mind drift to worries or complaints.
And this whole process, our desires, it's not just about us getting stuff, is it? There's a bigger picture.
Right. They talk about the universe being eternally expanding.
How does that work?
Every time you have a new desire, even a small preference born out of that contrast, it actually adds to the expansion of the universe. Your desires fuel universal evolution.
Whoa. So our personal preferences actually have cosmic value.
That's the perspective, yeah. Your desires are the evolutionary value of your life experience. And the universe keeps offering new things for you to desire and expand into. It's presented as a co-creative dance.
Co-creation.
Yeah.
So we're creating alongside everyone else. What about competition? If everyone's manifesting?
Ah, that's another interesting point. They say you're co-creating within a magnificently diverse universe. And the idea is there's no competition.
No competition. How? Resources seem limited sometimes.
The teaching suggests the universe is infinitely abundant, well-stocked, you might say. Every request is granted, so there's no need to compete. They even say unwanted things must be allowed to be received by others who do want them. It implies a kind of universal flow where lack isn't inherent.
That's a very different way of looking at the world. Infinite abundance, no competition.
It definitely challenges common assumptions, but sticking to the source, that's the framework.
Okay, so let's try to wrap this up. Key takeaways from Asking It Is Given. It really boils down to the power of your thoughts as vibrations.
And your emotions as that essential guidance system telling you about your vibration.
And then that three-step process.
Yeah.
You ask, often automatically. The universe answers, always. And then the crucial part.
Step 3. You have to allow it in by matching your vibration and releasing resistance.
Right. Getting out of your own way.
Pretty much. Becoming a deliberate creator through focused thought.
So here's something to think about, maybe a final provocative thought based on all this.
Okay.
If the universe really does grant every desire, instantly, and if your emotions are truly the only guide you need to see if you're aligned, then what old beliefs, what habits of thought, what maybe ingrained feelings of doubt or unworthiness might you still be holding on to? What might be stopping you from just feeling good now and really truly allowing in all the things you've already asked for? Things the universe, according to this teaching, has already lined up for you.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What are you still resisting? Food for thought.